दूषितश्चिरमस्मि सुधां हितमेच्युत चिन्मय देहि वदान्यवर अतिमोह वशेन विनष्टकृतम् अतिमोह वशेन विनष्टकृतम् जनतारणतारय तापितकम् जगदीश सुधीश भवेश विभो प्रणमामि नमामि नमामि भवम् प्रणमामि नमामि नमामि भवम् भवजन्मकृति प्रणिषोदनकम् गुणहीनमनन्तमितं शरणम् Good morning, everyone. Hare Krishna, Namaskaram, and wish you all a very, very happy Mahashivratri. Do you all know why we celebrate Mahashivratri? क्यों करते हैं महाशिवरात्रि celebrate? Shiva and Shakti. What about Shiva and Shakti? Wedding of Shiv and Parvati. Okay. पर इससे हमारी लाइफ में क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है? शिवा और पार्वती का विवाह हुआ, हमें क्या मतलब? Why are we so happy? Upsurge of energy on this day. Yes. Shiva is the intellectual side of our brain. Union of Shiva and Shakti within us. Marriage of our left hemisphere with right hemisphere of brain. Lipika ji has seen the Instagram reel. Very nice. You know, earlier, I used to think that Shiva is our logical side. Shiva is our organized side or the rational side. Or the side that is allowing the fuel within us, you know. But I was very wrong. Shiva is not the logical side. Shiva is not the masculine side. Our understanding of masculine and feminine right now is very skewed. So let us for some time move away from this masculine and feminine thought completely. Usko bhul jaiye. Shiva is actually your meditative side. It's actually your intuitive side, the wisdom side. It is the deeply contemplative side, empathetic side. That is Shiva. Chaotic. Shiva is always chaotic. Shiva doesn't care. Shiva is wild. Shiva doesn't give a damn about what people think about him. So Shiva is actually the intuitive wild side, whereas Shakti is the logical side, the organized side, the side that allows us to do everything in the world. So now just move away from this male and female. वो gender का yoga में कोई role ही नहीं है. So on this day, this Shakti meets Shiva. So the union of Shiva and Shakti is actually very difficult. बहुत obstacles आते हैं इस union में. And within us also, the aim of any yogi is the union of this Shakti with Shiva. When both of these energies work in unison, that is when your entire brain just lights up and you can do unimaginable things. आपकी जो शक्ति है वो superhuman हो जाती है. So the advanced workshop that we will have in March, उसमें पूरी journey है of how Shakti meets Shiva and how to awaken these dimensions within us. Yes, like Kundalini. Yes, absolutely. Kundalini is Shakti only. And she's always wanting to come up and meet Shiva. All right. So everyone, let us do our Yogeshwarai chant together. Where is Shiva? I'll tell you in the advanced workshop. Right now, you'll get confused. Too much information. Everyone, come to a seated pose. Now you know the chant. Close your eyes. Let us sing together. Yoga, yoga, yogeshwaraya. Bhuta, bhuta, bhuteshwaraya. Kala, kala, kaleshwaraya. Shiva, Shiva, Sarveshwaraya. Shambho, Shambho, Mahadevaya. Very gently, open your eyes. And let us move on to our knowledge session for today. Just a quick reminder, everyone. Today, we will be doing some inner work along with the knowledge session. So if you can use earphones for today's class, it would be most ideal. Because when you're using your laptop or your phone audio, you can hear the background noise also in your room. There's traffic sound, घर में और लोगों की आवाज आती है, किचन की आवाज आती है. So you're not really able to go into a meditative space. And today's work requires you to be disconnected from the outside world. Today's asanas also require a certain level of disconnect. So it's amazing that day 6 is falling on Mahashivratri. You can actually do a lot of work on this day. So I would request that for the next half an hour while we are doing this inner work, please use earphones if possible. And please instruct your family not to disturb you today. घंटी बजेगी, आप नहीं जाएंगे आंसर करने. फोन में आप प्लीज फोन बाहर रख दीजिए. You have to just completely be with yourself right now for the next 1.5 hours. This is just your time today, please, everyone. And also you need a notepad and pen for today's meditation, which we will do after the asanas. So quickly go and grab if you don't have it already. I will wait for 30 seconds while you arrange all of this. Such beautiful characters have been illustrated, right? She's our friend Simran, who's made the entire module for us. She's now working on the advanced module. Highly skilled person. So, such beautiful Gond artwork. This is called the Gond art. So in the beginners, we had Kalamkari art. In this, we have the Gond art. And in the advanced, we'll have Kerala art. So very excited about all of these modules. All right, let us move on, my friends. Today we will learn about the space element or Akash Tattva. Now we have gone in reverse order, but the space is actually the first element. But because it's so difficult to understand, you can't sense it with any of your 5 senses. It's difficult to grasp. That is why we have come to this in the end. But remember, this is actually the mother element. If this element is not there, then none of the other elements can be present. If you have a lot of furniture, but you don't have a house to put that furniture in, what's the point? So only because there is space, other things are possible within that space. Now, space is in everything. Even us, there is space element. And those who are high on this element, jinka Akash Tattva high hai, they have the following characteristics. What are these? Let us learn. The thought is very open-minded. Why? Because space has no borders. It's not bound by any boundaries. So people who have this element, high on this element, they are also very open-minded, open to new experiences. Kabhi rigidity nahi aati dimag mein. Then emotionally, they are very intuitive. कहते हैं ना, this person has high EQ, emotional intelligence. Those people are high on space element because they can perceive the other people's emotions. उन्हें पहले से ही पता चल जाता है कि ये क्या feel कर रहा होगा. In this kind of a situation, what the other person could have felt. You know why this happens? Because such people are very perceptive about their own emotions. They would have seen that 10 years ago in this situation, I felt like this. So today, when the other person is in this situation, this is how they may be feeling. So high EQ. Then work style. They take complete ownership of what they do. ऐसा नहीं है कि थोड़ा बहुत काम कर लिया और बोल दिया हाँ जी ठीक है हो गया. They take complete ownership. The smallest of details they will take care of. Then comes the behavior. Behavior is somewhat reserved. They will not actively seek a lot of relationships. जो भी relationships हैं उनको बना के रखेंगे, लेकिन they like to stay on their own. And then speech is less but very profound. बेकार की बातें नहीं होती. जब भी जो भी बोलेंगे सोच समझ के गहराई से आएगा. Then relationships are few but are very deep. So whatever relationships they do have, these are profound relationships. So the space element is only so profound. It is very mystical, you know. So how many of you think you are high on this element? Tell me in the chat box. This is my element, says Sanji ji. 100% me. Kritika ji says 100% me. Totally high. Okay, exactly me, says Vishakha ji. This is my dad, says Preeti ji. Nice. कितना अच्छा लगता है ना when you learn all of these things about your own self. Somehow in school, in college, we were just learning about the outside world. क्या हो रहा है दुनिया में? कभी अपने बारे में तो समझा ही नहीं, right? So it just feels so great when you decode your own self, who you are, what you are made up of. My son is totally this, says Vidya ji. Old soul, your son is. Preet ji says, no elements in me. I don't relate to anything. We are interested to know what your characteristics are. All right. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Shakti ji says, finally got my element. All right. Let us go deeper into this element. We had learned that the subtler the element, the more powerful it is. The deeper the impact on your life. So space element is the subtlest, सबसे हल्का element है. And it is the most powerful. So for your spiritual journey, this element is the most important, most powerful. But we can reach to this element only when we fix the first 4 elements. Let us learn why this is so important. Now, if you have a cluttered room like this, if you enter into this cluttered room, I want you to imagine how will you feel. Just close your eyes and imagine when you enter this room, how will you feel? क्या भाव आएंगे मन में आपके? सोचिए, कैसा फील होता है? Now open your eyes and see a clean room. When you enter a clean, well-organized, non-messy room, how do you feel? कैसा लगता है? So when you go into a cluttered room, you don't feel good, right? Your whole energy becomes disturbed. And when you go into a clean room, a non-messy room, how grounded you feel, how nice you feel, flowy you feel. The same thing is within our own systems, our own body, mind, emotions. When there is clutter within us, there is a certain level of restlessness all the time, certain disturbance all the time. Now, if you had to take out one thing from this pile, कितनी मेहनत लगेगी? You have to remove everything one by one to find what you are looking for. The same thing happens with us. When there is clutter in our minds, we have to keep, going through all of these thoughts to find what we are looking for. So there is always confusion within us. Clutter in mind reduces clarity. How many of you constantly feel conflicted? I don't know what decision to take. How many of you? Tell me in the chat box. Do any of you face disturbance in decision making? Constant conflicts. Yes. Some of you a lot of times and some of you occasionally. But it does happen, right? So many of you. Yes. Now, this is because of lack of space element within you. And when the space element is balanced, you get very good ideas. You get clarity about what you want to do. क्या pursue करना है मुझे? मेरा goal क्या है? उस रास्ते पे मुझे कैसे चलना है? No matter what somebody tells you, you know, I know what I want to do. I have clarity. You're not seeking opinion of 20 people. You know. Why? Because you are listening to your intuition. You are not running after advice from people. You are listening to your own intuition. कहते हैं ना, I have this gut feeling. I know this is what I want. This is right for me. I know. Where is this intuition coming from? When your space element is high, you are connected to the divine presence, to the divine consciousness. It's like Chat GPT. Chat GPT has access to all of the information on the internet. I don't know if you know what Chat GPT is. It's a artificial intelligence. The same way, when our space element is high, we have access to all of the wisdom of the universe. So we know what is required, what is useful, and you will do only that. When the space element is out of balance, then in the body, there is lethargy and there is heaviness. When the mind has less space element, there is confusion and lack of clarity. And when the heart has less space, you are constantly overwhelmed with negative emotions. You don't know how to deal. The smallest of things can just trigger you. You see some people, they are just constantly talking about things that have happened in the past. 30 years before, 40 years before, they are constantly living in that. Pura cluttered a heart with negative emotion. So how to declutter? I want to ask you. How do we declutter the body? You all know this. You have studied this in the beginners. Body को कैसे declutter करते हैं? Tell me in the chat box. Detox. Body को कैसे declutter करते हैं? Meditation body के लिए थोड़ी हुआ. Fasting. Yes. Fasting, enema. Yes. Yes, absolutely right. Correct. Asanas also. Yes, you create space within your body through asanas. Very nice. Now, how do you declutter the mind? This also you have learned in the beginners. One of the steps in the Ashtang. In the Ashtang series, one of the steps. No, no, no. Pratyahar. Yes, Vaishali ji got it right. So staying away from a lot of information all the time. Saying no to, a lot of social media, a lot of breaking news, staying away from gossiping, staying away from too many useless conversations. Aparigraha also. Yes, Shyamji, absolutely right. So this way you are decluttering your mind. And meditation, of course, going into the flow state. In dhyana also you're reducing your thoughts. Very nice. Now comes the third, heart. I'm glad you all are seeing the connection between the 8 limbs and these elements. So when you are using these 8 limbs, you are purifying the elements. Tapas is purifying your will. So aapki bhuta agni बढ़ रही है. Dhyan is purifying your space element. Very nice. Now, how to declutter the heart? 2 things we will learn today. Very, very important. Pay attention. The first is the emotion of guilt. Unresolved guilt. जब आपके मन में बहुत सालों का guilt होता है, it is like a snooze button on your phone. आपने alarm लगाया, every 10 minutes it rings and you snooze it. And then again after 10 minutes it rings, you again snooze it. Again it rings. So guilt is like that. When you have not forgiven yourself, And when you're holding on to things like, I made this mistake, मेरे से ये गलतियां हुई हैं, that is like constantly something is playing in the background. You're not able to be at ease. And this is, guilt is one of the biggest reasons for dis-ease or disease. Now, when you have too much guilt, you have unrealistic expectations from yourself. See, guilt by itself is useful because जो moral code है society का, that I should not harm other people, I should not steal, ये जो चीजें हैं, these are very important to remember. So when you have guilt or remorse, when you do these things, that is useful. But unfortunately today, we have gone overboard with guilt, and we are creating guilt for the smallest of things. Things like, I should have, I can't make mistakes, मेरे से गलतियां नहीं हो सकती, I can't say no to people, मुझे हमेशा हाँ ही बोलना है लोगों को. If somebody asks me for help, I can't say no. Or I should always win, I can't fail. Failure is not acceptable. And when unfortunately these things happen, then you say, oh, I could have done this, I failed, I could have done this, I should have done that. Oh, only if I would have done this. Constantly punishing yourself. Remember, when you are living in guilt, you will unknowingly punish yourself. You will be afraid to be happy. I want to ask all of you, do you think you do this? जो screen पे चीजें लिखी हैं, do you do this? Have you experienced this within your life, within your own heart? Yes. Most of you are writing yes. Sometimes, always, all the time. Yes. Constantly. रोज होता है ऐसे. Imagine. कितना rampant है ये. Feelings of guilt. How kind we are to other people. But with ourselves, no mercy. Excuse me. So, friends, today we will do an exercise that is allowing us to remove guilt. So, it can be slightly difficult, slightly challenging, but I would say just give it your all. It's a short meditation. I have recorded my voice. So please come to a comfortable seated pose. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And with your exhale, relax your body. Take another inhale. With the exhale, relax the lower half of the body, below the waist. Inhale. Exhale, relax the top half of the body. Inhale. And relax the face, the head, and the spine. Imagine yourself as a little child. Go back. Go back further and imagine yourself as a child of 5 or 6 years. How did you look at that time? What was your face like? What were your hair like? Did you smile often? Now, look deeply into this child's eyes. Notice the innocence in this child's eyes. See the longing that there is in this child's eyes. What does this child long for? You realize that all that this child wants from you is love. All that this child wants is love. So open your arms and embrace this child. Give it a big, warm hug. Tell this child how much you love it, how deeply you care. Admire everything about this child. The physical appearance, this child's innocence, the heart, the strengths, the weaknesses, everything. Tell this child, it's okay to make mistakes and learn along the way. It's okay. It's okay to fall. Promise this child that you will be there no matter what happens, no matter how many obstacles come in life. You will be there. Tell this child. Now let this child become very small until it is small enough to fit into your heart. Put it there so you can look down and see it anytime. And give this child lots and lots of love. Just be there. For this little child in you who has been so afraid to make mistakes, who has been so guilty. Just be there. Very gently, open your eyes. Let us move on to our second emotion that we need to release. Again, something that has been cluttering our heart. Feelings of resentment. You cannot be happy in the present moment if you are carrying resentment in your heart from the past. If there is any kind of bitterness within you, these feelings of bitterness can't create joy within you. No matter how justified you feel, no matter what they did to you, if you are not able to forgive, you are only harming your own self. You know, this was the biggest realization I had when I had cancer. I realized I had been carrying so much guilt, so much resentment within me, that it had actually created this disease within me. It had nothing to do with physicality. I was only 28. It was all because of my emotions. I'm not saying that you can get cancer because of these emotions. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this was my truth. And we all have to find our truth. But I feel that it's very important that you also look within and see if there is any resentment that you are carrying, and if there is any forgiveness that needs to happen. So we will do a short exercise, the last one, before we move on to our asanas. And please give your all in this exercise, very short exercise. So once again, my friends, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, relax, relax. Inhale once more. Relax your lower body. Inhale. Relax your upper body with your exhale. Inhale. Relax your face, your head, and your spinal column. Now imagine you are in a dark theater. It's pitch dark. You can't see anything around you. In front of you, there is a small stage. On this stage, there is a chair. And right on top of the chair, there is a spotlight. On this chair, there is a person sitting. This is the person you resent the most in the world. You have only feelings of disdain for them. Harsh feelings. Maybe they hurt you very badly. Maybe they did something unspeakable. See them sitting very clearly. Once this image is clear in your mind, imagine good things are happening to them. Allow a smile to come to their face. Let meaningful things happen to this person. Things you think can really impact their life, can really help them
transform. See them smiling and happy. Realize whoever they are is because of their past patterns, past conditioning, and they are victims in their own way. So today, allow this person to heal. Let good things happen to them. Now, make yourself sit on this chair. See yourself under the spotlight. And now, see yourself smiling. Let good things happen to you. Let meaningful things happen to you. Imagine things that you wanted for very long manifesting in your life. See yourself happy, joyful, and full of life. And feel the relief within your body, within your mind, as you experience forgiveness, as you experience joy.
Very gently, open your eyes. So just to summarize, when we have feelings of, I'm upset with them, or it's because of them, they did this to me, or they always do this, we start to feel like victims, like we have no control over our own lives. But that's not true. Forgiving somebody doesn't mean that we are condoning their actions, that we are saying what you did was right. That's not it. We are just releasing our own baggage, cleaning our own heart. So I want to ask you, how are you feeling after these two exercises? Were you able to release? Were you able to see that there was something you were carrying? Feeling emotional, some of you cried. So it's not only Akshay who makes you cry. For some of you, it was difficult. Yes, I can understand. It is a difficult practice. Everything that you are doing in this workshop is not easy. It is intense. Yes. But once all of this is over, कितनी cleansing होगी आपकी बहुत levels पे. Not easy, I know. But I'm so happy to see that even in an online module, you are able to experience all of this. All right. So everyone, to ground ourselves, let us move on to our asanas. That will help you again connect with yourself, to ground. We will do space element Surya Namaskar today, Akash Tattva. So today's class will be different. We will do 3 type A and 3 type B Surya Namaskars, but with our eyes closed. You've done this for many, many days now. You know Surya Namaskar. And whatever happens, you will not open your eyes. I will give you instructions for the first 2, type A and type B also. The last one we will do at our own pace. And just be in a quiet environment and just go into a very deeply meditative state. And our movements will also be very slow. So I will do it once and show you, and then we will begin. So our movements will be slow. We will do it with our eyes closed. I'll keep the sound of the audio a little loud today. The background music. I'll speak very less. So just see. Very slow movements with your eyes closed. If you feel that balance आपका गड़बड़ हो रहा है, then you can bring some space between your feet. So instead of keeping your feet together, you can keep some space also between the feet. It will improve your balance. So everyone, let us begin. Close your eyes. Ekam. Inhale. Raise your arms up. Dvi. Forward fold. Trini. Ardha. Chatvari. Chaturanga. Pancha. Urdhva Mukha. Shut Adho Mukha. Take 5 breaths. Sapta Ardha Uttanasana. Ashta Uttanasana. Nava. Come up slowly. Samastiti. Let us go again. Ekam. Keep your eyes closed. Dvi, forward fold. Trini, Ardha. Chatvari, Chaturanga. Pancha, up dog. Shut, down dog. Take 5. Sapta, step up, Ardha, tabletop. Ashta, forward fold. Nava, come up. Samastiti. The last type A Surya Namaskar, please do by yourself, slowly with eyes closed. Begin. Let us now move into Surya Namaskar type B. Ekam, chair. Slow. Dvi, forward fold. Keep your eyes closed. Trini, Ardha. Chatvari. Pancha. Upward dog. Shat. Down dog. Ekadasha. Veer on right. Dvadasha. Chaturam. Triyodasha. Up dog. Chaturdasha. Down dog. Panch Dasha. Sorry, you have to stay in down dog. Panchdasha. Step up Ardha. Shodasha. Forward fold. Saptdasha. Chair. Samasthiti. Let us go again. Ekam. Chair. Dvi. Forward fold. Trini. Ardha. चत्वारि चतुरंग पंच up dog shut down dog sapta veer on right slow ashta chaturanga nava up dog dasha down dog ekadasha veer on left dwadasha chaturanga triyodasha up dog chaturdasha down dog 5 breaths Panchdasha, step up Ardha. Shodasha, forward fold. Saptdasha, chair. Samastiti. Let us do the last one by ourselves. Do it at your own pace. Begin. After you complete, lie down in Shavasana.
Very gently, roll on to your right side. Come to a seated posture. Rub your hands together. Place them on your eyes. And very gently open your eyes. Good morning, everyone. A very happy Mahashivratri to all of you. What a beautiful day today. Such a beautiful practice, beautiful knowledge shared. So, as you have already understood, the space element is the subtlest of all. And to experience this element, we have a meditation, which is extremely simple, but can be slightly challenging, because in this meditation, you have to do nothing, absolutely nothing. You have to sit with yourself, you have to sit in a meditative posture, and you just have to do nothing, no action required. So as I shared that the space element is extremely subtle. To experience it, you yourself have to become nothing. So we'll quickly understand what we need to do in order to make the most of this meditation. So keep your right hand on your left hand and keep it loosely placed in your lap. We will sit in a cross-legged posture. Your body should be loose and relaxed, spine straight, but not uncomfortably straight. Straight. We will close your eye. We will close our eyes. You don't have to close your eyes right now. Just listen to my instructions first. We will close our eyes, and then we will do absolutely nothing. And of course, when I say nothing, you don't have to move at all. You don't have to open your eyes. You have to maintain that discipline of doing nothing physically, but mentally also, I want you to do nothing. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to consciously, deliberately think of anything. So it is natural that when you sit with your eyes closed, a river of thoughts will flow. You will have many thoughts, but your responsibility is to simply not engage with those thoughts. Don't judge them. Don't try to stop them. There should be no action from your side. I'm going to ask you in the chat box if what I just shared is clear. Is it clear what you need to do? It's clear. Great. Okay. Wonderful. Hands, sorry. Hands, I'll share once again. Okay, I'll explain once again. Your right hand should go in your left hand, over your left hand, and this should be loosely placed in your lap. Cross-legged posture, back is straight, eyes will be closed. You have to simply sit here. You don't need to do anything else. Simply sit here, and whatever thoughts come, let them flow. Don't try to stop your thoughts. Don't try to deliberately analyze or think about what is happening, what is not happening. Simply be here. It's very straightforward. And yeah, we will do this for a few minutes. I'll give you instructions. Please keep your notebook and pen ready in front of you. All right. So with that, we will begin. So please keep your right hand on your left hand in your lap and close your eyes. You can open your eyes again. And now simply in your notebook, write down whatever thoughts you remember coming. Can be anything. Can be, I don't understand what I need to do. Or if you were thinking about work, anything that you can remember right now, you don't need to force yourself. Whatever is on the surface right now, what you can remember, simply write those 2-3 points down. And once you're done, just do this exercise with me. Just breathe in and sigh thrice so that you can relax, go into deeper relaxation. So take a deep breath in and relax. Ah. We'll do it one more time. Ah. Once again. Ah. Let's do the same thing, the same practice again. Keep your right hand in your left hand, placed in your palm, in your lap, and back comfortably straight, eyes closed. We will do the same practice again. Don't open your eyes. Please open your eyes again. And this time, whatever thoughts you remember, again, simply jot them down in your notebook. You don't have to go into detail. Just whatever you can remember on a surface level, what were you thinking of? What was going on in your mind? Simply write that down. And I want to ask you in the chat box, are you all able to do what we are trying to do? Okay, wonderful. All right, great. So we will do this one last time. We will do this one last time and for longer. So again, just stay with your thoughts, stay with whatever is going on. This time will be the most effective and most important because you'll be able to go deeper. So just stay in that space. So again, close your eyes. Gently, very gently, open your eyes again. And again, write down whatever thoughts were dominant in your mind, whatever you can remember. Simply write it down right in front of you in the notebook. Have you all written down whatever was in your mind in the notebook? Can you comment in the chat box? Okay. Looks like most of you have written your thoughts down. Great. So now, just look at whatever you have written and I want you to realize that, whatever thoughts you've had right now are your tendencies for the day. In 15 minutes, you have written down whatever tendencies you have that will shape your day, your entire day today, maybe your week also. These thoughts will shape your day. And I just want you to go through every thought and see that what kind of a thought am I having? And these are seeds that you're planting for your day. So what kind of a seed do I want to plant? If you feel that a thought is very good for your life and you want to plant that seed in your daily life, then you can just, sorry, mark a, make a tick mark in front of it. And if you want certain thoughts to not be planted in your life, if you think that these thoughts are not good for you, are not healthy for your life, then you can mark a cross right in front of it. So tick for thoughts that you think are healthy for your life. You want to plant such seeds, and cross for thoughts which you don't want to plant. So quickly do this activity. Take a minute and mark. Okay, now I want to ask you, how many of these thoughts do you not want to plant? Comment in the chat box. 1, 3, 5. How many of these thoughts do you feel that you don't want to have in your life? Okay. Some people are saying 2, 1, 3, almost all. Okay. Don't want most. Many of them will be random also because we've done this activity for a short time. 10. Okay. None. That's great. So, your space element is basically your mind space. What kind of a person you are is your space element. How people perceive you is your space element. If most of your thoughts are negative, you will be in a negative mind space. You will be in a negative environment. You will feel negative throughout the day. And people will also perceive you like that. Whereas if most of your thoughts are positive, if most of your thoughts are conscious, then people would also see you similarly. Your space, people say, this person's aura is so clean, so nice. So it's very similar to that. The kind of thoughts you're having, your aura or your space will also be like that. So this is a very, very potent practice. This kind of a meditation is very potent to realize what kind of seeds are you planting in your everyday life. Whatever yogis you have seen in photos or in real life, they're always sitting in this posture, right? They're never doing asanas or never practicing pranayam. Why is that? Because they've realized that this simple yet profound practice is what makes the maximum difference. This simple meditative practice of observing what kind of seeds am I planting in my day is something that can totally change your way of living. You know, when you do this practice for longer, 15 minutes is very short to understand deeper tendencies, deeper seeds that you've planted in the past. When you do it for longer, say 1 hour, 1 day, 3 days, people do it for 10 days where they do nothing. You must have heard about Vipassana. 10 days of nothingness. That's when they realize the kind of seeds that they had planted 5 years ago, 10 years ago unconsciously. And they're still reaping the bad fruits that that seed is giving. So very potent practice. Right now, we were able to do it for only 15 minutes, but this is today's activity also. If you get time in the day, at least practice it for 30 minutes, non-doing. Just a minute. Yes, so this is the activity for the day. Practice non-doing for 30 minutes. And if you want to go an extra mile, then practice it for 1 hour. And in this 1 hour, you have to do nothing. No notebooks, no TV, no music, nothing at all. Windows closed, curtains drawn, sit with yourself for 1 hour. And at the end of this 1 hour, whatever thoughts you see yourself having, simply write them down after 1 hour. Don't take breaks in between like we did today. After 1 hour, write everything down and just analyze that do I want to plant these kind of seeds in my everyday life or not? So this was our meditation for the day.
All right. So everyone, just to summarize everything, your sadhana for this particular element is that whenever you feel any action of yours can cause any kind of guilt, it can cause any kind of shame or any resentment, do not engage in it and prepare yourself before accordingly and then act in the world. So try and avoid all of these emotions completely. ऐसा कोई काम ही मत करो जिससे गिल्ट क्रिएट हो, रिजेंटमेंट आए. This is your sadhana. When we are talking about sadhanas in this program, we are talking about long term. We are not talking about just doing something for today. We are talking about long term parameters for self growth, long term sadhanas for self growth. And our activity, when we say activities for today. So today you can do this meditation a second time in the evening and stay with yourself for 30 minutes and see what comes up. And if you're really daring and if you want to make full use of Mahashivratri, then you can even do this practice for 1 hour. And some of you may feel that I'm not able to sit for so long. You can sit against a wall also. So your back can be against a wall. And that ways you will not be distracted by bodily discomfort. And we've already explained how to do this. Yeah. Thank you everyone for participating. Do share your realizations from today's class on the group. We will meet again tomorrow. Have some time in hand if you want any of your questions to be answered. We will do a Q&A after the class. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Happy Shivratri. Namaskaram.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara